All right, so UFC 249's co-main event had both fighters doing their best GSP impersonation. Henry Cejudo vacating two belts, and Dominick Cruz not impressed by his performance with no nonsense Keith Peterson. I'm Jake with Armchair MMA, and let's get into it. So UFC 249 co-main event results: Henry Cejudo TKOs Dominick Cruz. I believe it was 4:57 in the second round. Uh, Regardless of how you felt about the stoppage, I think it was a just stoppage, but that's not really what we're here to talk about. On ESPN's um, post-fight show, they were interviewing the fighters, and what Dominick Cruz said to Megan O'Leary was pretty surprising, actually. This is coming from the guy that had probably the best speech after losing anything ever, when he lost to Cody Garbrandt. But he told her, and I quote, that Keith Peterson smelled of booze and cigarettes. So I don't know, I think that's something they really do need to look into. He brought up that he thinks that fighters should be able to veto a ref, which I agree with, and rest assured, I doubt he's going to have Keith Peterson as his ref anymore after that. I'm sure they're going to hook him up with Herb Dean, the big man in charge, which I think he had a great stoppage with not Anthony Pettis, with Tony Ferguson. The way he hit him, he started shaking, man. It reminds me, like in boxing, you see these guys, they start blinking a lot after they get hit hard, and it's a scary time, man. It's like the G-Man, like Gerald McClellan, man. He got messed up and never came back, so I'm glad they did stop it when they did. No crowd. It's tough. It's hard to ignore certain things. But Henry Cejudo, coming out and vacating two different belts, and when he retired, man, what a great way to retire. It really is like GSP. He followed in the footsteps. But I think it's time to get rid of the 125 division. I say you should let the guys shop. If they want to go to one, if they want to go Bellator or whatever, release them from the contracts. If not, let them fight at least, anyone in the top 15 should be fighting at least one fight in the UFC. Guaranteed contract, almost like the Pride buyout. You know what I mean? You're essentially buying out their contracts, letting them go elsewhere, or if they want to fight, you can. Like Mark Hunt situation. As for the 135 division, they have Peter Yan, and it's to be determined who he's going to fight. But I think Corey Sandhagen should fight over Aljamain Sterling. I think he should definitely fight over Alistair Overeem. But no, over Aljamain Sterling, man. I've been watching this guy since, bloody elbow times, reading articles where it's like, blue chip prospects. And I've seen, the write-ups with Aljamain Sterling, the write-ups with Pedro Munoz, Henry Cejudo even. So I've been following this guy for a while, and he came out good. He had a few setbacks here and there. I mean, he lost to Rafael Sansao. That set him back. Then he got his face kneed off by One Punch Man. So I mean, he's looking good right now, but I don't think we can ignore the fact that he did lose to Rafael Sansao when, Corey Sandhagen thoroughly handled him. So the guy's surgeon, he's on Ariel Helwani's podcast saying, like, listen, man, I'm next in line. It's bullshit. Dominick Cruz even got it. So I think that's a fight to make. It's awesome to see. It's almost like a new generation. I see these guys as the next generation after the Aljamain Sterlings, and Aljamain Sterlings were the next generation off of the TJ Dillashaws, who were off of Dominick Cruz's. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting seeing the fight keep going on. It's cool seeing Cruz going back at it, but at the same time, maybe what are we gonna see him in 3 years again fighting? Uriah Faber again. You know what I mean? They're both damn near 40 at this point. I think Uriah is 40, so it'd be a nice time to hang it up. He's a great analyst. At the same time, I'd like to see him go out on a win, so he could do some, lower ranked guy. Maybe have him fight someone like Rafael Sansao. He is a high ranked guy, but that's something I see Dominick Cruz being able to outpoint him and outstrike him. All right, guys, if you like this, hit like and subscribe. Have a good night, and be safe.